Yup, you read that right. My first girlfriend cheated on me with her math teacher. Now, this is a bit of a crazy story, so you don't have to believe me if you don't want to. However, everything I say is, in fact, true. So it all started back in 2022 during my senior year of high school. Around the holidays, I started dating this girl in my friend group that I really liked. We'll call her Annika. Now, to be honest, I really liked dating Annika. We kinda clicked, right? I mean, we are both 17-year-olds who liked playing video games, cuddling in bed, watching movies, and just doing stupid stuff together. I also really liked her family. It was kind of a strict Asian household, but they also liked to do karaoke nights, ride motorcycles, and, cook good food. Annika was also a little nuts. I mean, here's a text of her talking about her imaginary friends. She was fun and it made things interesting, okay? But what I always found a little awkward was Annika's relationship with her math teacher. We'll call him Mr. M. Now, a few years before we had started dating, Annika's family met Mr. M at a parent-teacher conference freshman year, and apparently they really hit it off. Mr. M was this 50-year-old who didn't have a wife or any kids, so he ended up spending a lot of time with my girlfriend's dad and her family. They went on motorcycle rides, had big dinners, and he spent a lot of time tutoring Annika for higher-level math classes until COVID hit and, everyone was separated. However, when the pandemic ended, and me and Annika began dating, Mr. M's relationship with their family became really weird. I mean, this was after COVID, so everyone was a little weird, but I'm talking really, really strange. Like, he started driving Annika and her sister home after school. He would have dinner with the family, watch movies with them on the couch, and actually sleep over most nights. Apparently, he would also give Annika and her sisters the keys to the school to grab things they had left behind, and he even took them out on motorcycle rides at 1 a.m. to get McDonald's. Now, being the stupid teenager that I was, I never really found any of this too out of the ordinary. I'd see Mr. M at their house, say hi, and wouldn't really think much of it, because she always talked about how he was like a second father figure. He wasn't even my math teacher, so I barely knew the guy, and I just saw him as like a weird kind of uncle. However, after Mr. M and the family went on vacation for spring break, things became unhinged. More and more, Annika started to blow me off to eat out with Mr. M and watch movies with him. Specifically, I remember one morning I went to grab a sweatshirt I had lent her, and I found it in her dresser with my stuff next to a bunch of older men's clothing. When I asked her about it, she said that, Mr. M had just moved the stuff out of the guest room and into her bedroom. Apparently, he would sleep in her bed when he stayed the night, and Annika would move to the floor in a sleeping bag when she got tired. Now that really set off alarm bells. But again, when I told her parents about it, they just nodded their heads and said, Mr. M was basically family. This went on for a few more months, and more she would ignore me to spend time with her math teacher. I remember going to Six Flags with her family after we graduated, and she probably spent half of the time just texting Mr. M. She even forgot my own birthday, which I made a meme about with my friends. I think it's pretty funny. Now, by this point, I was getting ready to break things off. As much as I liked her, it was super awkward, and I thought going to different colleges was going to be the perfect moment to go our separate ways. Unfortunately, it never reached that point. Shortly after her 18th birthday in May, it came out that Annika and Mr. M had been sleeping together. Apparently, the news broke after Annika's parents had found her naked, hiding behind a curtain in Mr. M's bedroom after they went in to check on him. He had just broken his arm or his leg in a small motorcycle crash, and he couldn't leave the house. Now, to be honest, I didn't really react emotionally in any way from the news. I wasn't too shocked, I wasn't even that devastated because I was planning to break up with her. But honestly, it was just such a weird experience. I mean, talking with all my friends, hearing the rumors, and finally confronting her and hearing the truth that she was actually cheating on me with her 50-year-old math teacher was such a roller coaster of emotion that I felt nothing. I hated her for it, I felt angry, but I was also sad for her and happy it was over. Of course I broke up with her the day of, but the fallout from the news was much more unbelievable. Annika eventually came clean and went public that yes, she and Mr. M had started to officially date. Her parents threw her out right away and she went to live with Mr. M. All of her friends either ostracized her or she broke ties with them because they didn't agree with her relationship. For Mr. M, he lost his teaching job and he faced criminal charges. Though I think all of these were actually dropped because when it came out that they were dating, Annika was technically of legal age, so I think nothing happened. Now, I was just starting college by this point, so I wanted nothing to do with it. But like the idiot that I was, I kept in contact with both her and her family, and I remained friends with Annika. While I didn't really want to, I felt a little pity for her, and knew that she was being groomed. And when someone's being groomed, the last thing you want to do is isolate them and make them more reliant on the groomer. But I tell you, that was a big mistake. Every other week, I'd get home from class and I'd get a call from either Annika or her family asking me to spy on one another and relay messages like I was some sort of World War I pigeon. At one point, both of them asked me to testify in court for some civil lawsuit that the family had made against Mr. M. I was done with all of it. After a final awkward lunch together during my second semester, she texted me that she wanted to remain friends, but said that I needed to be more accepting of her relationship and to be a better overall friend. That pissed me off. I sent her a pretty harsh message in return, and we haven't talked since. Funny enough, I did see her one last time after that. When I was in the airport flying back to school after my winter break, I saw her and Mr. M running through the busy Chicago terminal. Holding hands and smiling, they ran past me and into a gate that was shortly leaving for Miami. I don't think she even recognized me or saw me, for that matter, but I did see her. From last I heard, she ended up dating Mr. M for about 2 years before she broke up with him. Either because she got bored or she met someone new in college. I've heard both stories. After that, her family took her back in like nothing had ever happened. Funny enough, now we're both going to law school. Although the one she's going to is pretty crappy, so there is some sort of satisfaction there. But yeah, that's about it. That's the story of how my first girlfriend cheated on me with her math teacher. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you did, I'm happy to tell some more life stories like that. Getting lost in the woods, all the crazy jobs I've worked, my other nutty exes, etc. So stay in school, eat your veggies, and please don't date your math teacher. Take care.